we are ready for our next run. I hope you all refilled your E-tanks because it is Mega Man 10 being ran by Phil7. Phil, thanks so much for doing this. I'm so excited. I love classic Mega Man. So best of luck, have fun, and take it away.
Mega Man 10, as mentioned. Yeah, classic Mega Man's really fun. And we'll just get right into it because I'll describe everything once we get through it. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so as mentioned, I'm Phil7. This is Mega Man 10. Released on the Wii originally, and then PS3, Xbox 360, and then Legacy Collection 2 for whatever consoles they came out with. We're playing as Bass, and if you're used to Mega Man 10 speedruns, you might be wondering, oh, they're not starting with Pump. No, I'm not, because as you just saw, Bass has a built-in auto-fire, which will be very useful for Commando's boss. Because Commando, I believe, is technically the fastest boss to do Buster only, but just Bass is the only one who has the means to deal with him with Buster. Oh boy, I'm missing a lot of jumps right now. But Commando Man is a pretty standard stage. These sandstorms will come by, it'll push you back, but unless you're on top of the screen like that or just off the screen, it won't push you back. So Bass was released as a DLC originally, and then obviously it couldn't for Legacy Collection 2. But because Proto Man was 9's DLC, so he came with 10 for free, and then we had to buy Bass. Okay, so Commando Man, as you see, whenever he's in the air, for some reason, that was a really good fight. For some reason, he loses his iframes. So with Bass's auto fire, you can just shoot it directly into him, and since you can shoot in almost every direction, it just makes a ton of sense. So now we are going to get the Commando Bomb, which every weapon in Mega Man 10 has 2 properties. So the Commando Bomb has the bomb itself, which only does like 1 damage, but then it hits a wall or the ceiling, it'll do a shockwave attack, which we will see eventually. So Blade Man, we're kind of going weakness order, but then we'll go out of weakness order for a bit. Blade Man's actually a pretty tough stage. We use a lot of Trouble Boost, which is Bass's dog friend, if you know Rush, but it's Bass's Rush almost. Okay, so this is kind of difficult, so I'm gonna... Okay, that was kind of... I don't know, one-tile slides are hard, but like one-tile dashes are kind of easy. Okay, I wanted to play that a bit safer, because your health can get really sketchy with Bass, because you're always dashing all over the place. Okay, good thing I hit that, because we're going to take damage here with Trouble Boost.
And while we are going through this level, I have a very important announcement. So we just hit 2,900 Canadian dollars for Prevent-A-Thon 5, thanks to a $17.01 donation from MASH, saying thank you again to the event staff and those cuties in chat watching and supporting Little Warriors. Here is $17.01 towards saving those critters, because frames don't always matter. Our lives and how we spend that time does. Thank you again, and remember, shmumps never die. So those $17 went towards save the animals for that Super Metroid run that we got coming up in our finale.
All right. Yeah, we're almost there to the Prevent-A-Thon 4 total, it looks like on the screen.
Yeah, very close. We are just a little over $200 away from surpassing Prevent-A-Thon 4. So let's see if we can get to 3,000 by the end of this run, and if we do, let's see if we can get to 3,100, maybe, and then 3,200. Let's see if we can get to those numbers anytime soon.
All right. So we got the triple blade, as you saw. Oh boy. Okay, that still worked. The triple blade is, power-wise, is probably the strongest weapon in the game, but it's the ultimate backup where, because it's triple blades, as it says, it stacks damage as well if you are to attack an enemy that doesn't die in one hit. So if you don't have a weakness or something, just use triple blade if you have it. Gonna get rid of these bombs. Chillman's probably the hardest speedrun stage. Actually, maybe not with base, but definitely one of the harder Robot Master stages because of ice physics. So here, because those ice blocks are breakable when you jump on them, and these mini stompers, I don't remember their names off the top of my head. I'll just play it a bit safer. Dashing across that entire section is a bit difficult, so I just Trouble Boost to be safe. And I don't remember what the record does. Okay, so Chillman, he's going to go back and forth. I want to get him away from the corner for this reason. Okay, that was fine. I was only frozen once because he either jumps, stands still. He'll run towards you if you're far away from him, or he'll shoot the those chill spikes at you, which will freeze you, and they waste a lot of time. So you want to, with triple blade, you want to double mash into him, or mash twice into him, and then jump every cycle just in case, so you can jump over his chill spike. It's pretty difficult to figure out. But once you get it down, it's not too bad, but I guess all speedrun tricks are kind of difficult when you're first doing them. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing there. I got the timing of that completely messed up. Okay, I only took the one hit, that's fine. Oh, I missed them both. So I tried to do those blue buttons at the top. If you hit them with Chill Spike, it'll stop the trucks, which I only discovered thanks to Slurpee Ninja, because he showed me at either a month ago or at AGDQ, I don't remember. But I'm gonna walk a bit here, and then now it turns red and it turns off the truck, so I can just dash right through it. But there has been a bit of discussion, because you don't actually use Chill Spike that much other than in this stage. So there has been discussion in if we should just do Nitro third and kill him with Triple Blade, and then do Chill Man last when you have his weakness. The hard part is Nitro Man is kind of difficult with Triple Blade, so I haven't incorporated that yet. But Slurpee did get a 31 with it, so it works.
The eternal debate in classic Mega Man games and figuring out what is the optimal boss route.
Oh boy. Alright. So I got pretty unlucky there. With Nitro Man, you want him to run over the chill spikes when they're on the ground. And ideally you want him to start going back and forth, but he didn't do that. And I froze him by accident the second when he started doing that. What you can do, and what I did do during the fight, was every time he's frozen, it skips his current attack pattern and goes to the next one in the RNG, I guess. But you can still get unlucky with it, which kind of happened. But he'll eventually start doing that. It's still pretty slow, but it's a lot faster than just waiting out his attack cycles. I didn't think I'd make that jump. Alright. Strike Man, his stage is an interesting one. So this was just a fun fact. This was the Demo Man stage. You got to that first keeper, and then that's it for the demo. But this is also the only stage without any instant kill hazards. So if you accidentally get here and you don't have like a backup save or something, then you either have to go through the entire stage without his weakness, if you did make it that far, or you just reset. Right, so the second keeper, there's a little bit of electricity, but since we have triple blade, you can commando bomb it. I don't really have the timing down for it, so I don't do it. Right. And this is the first stage, both because we have the weapon. This is the first stage where we see the nitro wheel, which pretty much just eliminates most ladders. You still have to climb them at the very top, but it climbs walls for you. So you can skip 90% of the ladders in this. Or 90% of the bigger ladders. Alright, that was pretty good.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, Strike Man, he can do a short hop or a big jump like that. If he did the short hop, I wanted to quick swap a third time. And the timing for that is kind of difficult. And there's the risk of if you hit L and R at the same time, it swaps back to Buster automatically. So you're at risk of doing that, but he did the big jump, so I didn't have to worry about it. Alright, so Rebound Striker. It's a big soccer ball that'll... Every time it bounces on the wall, it increases in damage. Which it really... It serves a lot more use than when you're playing as Mega Man. But it really doesn't have too much use in the speedrun, unfortunately. Other than one boss and a couple enemies. Alright, so Sheepman's gimmick is... There's conveyors that will activate platforms, but since we're base, we can just dash through them. And these color-coordinated boxes, when you jump on them, they'll just start to disappear. Right, so Octoball, we're gonna go to conveyor 1, 2. Alright. The timing of that comes and goes with me, so I'm glad I got that. Because there are just random times where I just forget the timing. Even though I've been playing this game for... speedrunning this game, I should say, for probably like 6 years, taking it serious. Come up here, use Trouble Boost. Our good friend Yoku blocks are back, but we can ignore them with Trouble Boost. There is still a bit, it's not really luck, but a cycle factor where if you're on the right cycle, you don't have to wait for that. Those ones at the bottom. I'm gonna jump green, red, and then when green disappears, I do a dash jump to get through that entire thing. I don't know if that's actually faster, but it looks cool. Alright, Sheepman, we're gonna go top right and then shoot middle. Oh, he didn't stay on the ground. It's like a 50-50 if he stays on the ground. Oh, I dashed into him by accident.
Yeah, if he had stayed on the ground there, he can shoot a lightning ball at you and stay on the ground, or he goes up immediately. And he didn't do that.
Well, GG so far on this run, and do want to take a quick second and say that we appreciate every donation towards the Little Warriors, but we also appreciate spreading the word of this worthy cause. If you're on social media, you can also help out by sharing our social media posts and getting the word out about this event and Little Warriors. All you gotta do is type !socials in chat to get links to Prevent-A-Thon's social media.
Alright, so we are on Pump Man. We're going to the sewer. This is where you'd start the run if you're with Mega Man. Not with Proto, though. Proto, you start with Chill Man, I believe. Okay, it ate my dash there, but I didn't. It was at the end, so it's not a big deal. So with Base, this is actually one of the shorter levels in this stage because... when you're going back and forth between these screens, there's actually a current, so this one's pushing me back, and then the other one... Well, this one's still pushing me back, but the one in the first screen of the second half of the stage was pushing me forward, so dashing is even quicker. I don't know why I waited there. Alright, and from Sheepman, we got probably the worst weapon in the franchise, I would say. The Thunderwolf, so it goes up in the air, and then you want it to... Okay, that wasn't too bad of a recovery from a one jump. But with Pumpman, you have to have him stand in the lightning bolt. And if you get a 2 jump, because he can do 1, 2, or 3 jumps, so he gave me the 1 jump there, which on easy mode, weirdly enough, it only gives you a 1 jump. But you can shoot more Thunderwolves into him, and it'll stack damage when he's standing in the thunder, but you need to get lucky to go fast, apparently. So it didn't happen. It was a pretty good recovery, though, so I didn't lose too much. I didn't have to swap to Triple Blade.
Alright, so this is our final stage, Solar Man, which is, with all characters, this is a pretty tough stage. So we'll see how we can fare with a bunch of different weapons now. Usually you just have a Buster. Sorry, dash twice. Alright. Okay, played that section a bit safer just so I didn't take any damage. And then this is Suzak and Phoenix. They are cycle based, actually, so depending on your timer is what their patterns will be. That was actually like an okay pattern, but I kind of messed up the commando bombs, but that's fine. Shoot Triple Blade there. The biggest thing in this section is just not taking hits or dying. So I'm fine with playing that a bit safer. I'm gonna swap to the left side because then we don't take a hit. Damage boost there. You can actually jump over that flower if you're like pixel perfect. I've done it a couple times, but it's probably faster just to back boost off of the missile. Alright. So Solar Man could jump into either of those pits or just the middle. You want him in the middle to start, but it's not too bad of a fight because with base you have a ton of water shield left over because you don't use it against the birds. And now we have the Solar Blaze, which whenever it hits something or just after a certain amount of time, it'll split into 2 like that, which is pretty interesting. But now we are under the Wily stages. Another big castle funded somehow by Wily. Maybe
while we're kind of going about to start the Wally stage, as I do want to remind folks as to why we are here, and that is for Little Warriors. Little Warriors is a national charitable organization focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. They also advocate on behalf of and with child sexual abuse survivors. For more information, visit littlewarriors.ca or type !info in chat.
Oh, I jumped way too early there. Alright, so those were the weapon archives, which you may have seen. Hey, they look a little familiar, because yeah, they are. Every boss 1 through 9, except Rockman and Forte, because I guess Capcom forgot that existed when they were making this game. So that was 1, 2, and 3 for the first set of bosses. And then coming up is 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, and 9. So we're starting with Rebound Striker because we want Napalm first. But he didn't come out. Okay, that's fine. That was a pretty bad archives too, but I did not want that to spawn, because then I would either have to take damage or wait, and I waited. So I'm gonna try and time my jumps here to see if I can... No, I jumped too high there. My health might be a bit sketchy. Never mind. No, it may have looked like I was kind of near full health, but the upcoming archive can be a bit sketchy if you're not at full health. Well, the way I do it, at least. Because for Slashman that's going to come out, I still don't really know the proper pattern. So I shoot him twice, shoot against the wall, and then shoot behind him, and then he'll jump into it. And I invented that strat myself because I was too lazy to actually learn. Yeah, that was pretty good. We got the double hit on Frostman there, which is really good. Saving commando bombs is, for the first 2 Wily stages, is really good. Alright, so now Wily 2. This is the hardest stage in the game for any character. I wouldn't say it's particularly harder for base. We're gonna start by doing that, quick swapping. Alright, so there's gonna be a big weapon energy here. I'm actually gonna grab Triple Blade, and then I guess Buster the Snowman. Because in Solar Man you saw me Commando Bomb the other one, but I need to save Commando Bombs. Oh boy. Okay, I did not die. The cycle was really bad, and I played it really bad, but I still survived. We're gonna do Octobulb, so it's a bit of a mini-boss rush. Do I have dash speed? I'll just do this just to be safe. Because we need this M-Tank. Buster, then we're gonna swap. Luckily there's health here. Alright, so we're going to Treble Boost up here, and then there's gonna be another Crusher section. These Crushers are all on a timer. Okay, that's fine. So if that second Crusher came down out of the first 3, then the one with the spikes, the first one with the spikes surrounding it, would have came down. But our cycles were our cycles were good because I didn't know what cycle I was on. You can kind of predict for the first one. Okay, that was really bad. I did say before the run my practice crab puncher was really good. So it was destined to be a bad one. But yeah, he can either... For the first couple that you did see, he kept his eyes out, but he can just hide his eyes like that. And when his only weakness is a shockwave weapon, it's kind of difficult to be fast with it. But we did use our M-Tank, so now all of our weapons are full. Which is the same for both Mega Man and Base. For some routes. I know you don't M-Tank for Base, I think, if you're going for like a 31. Which I do not have a 31, so... Alright, so these are... there's a couple... Wily 3s is all auto-scrollers, so if you want to talk about something more, then go ahead. Because there isn't really much going on.
Absolutely. So, as a reminder, we do have that bid war open for Super Metroid Save or Kill the Animals. Currently, Save the Animals is in the lead at $17.01. Now, if you want to increase that lead, or if you want the other option to be in first place for our finale run Super Metroid later on tonight, actually, make sure to hit exclamation mark donate in chat. It'll take you to our donation page and allowing you to pick whatever option you want for when we get to the Super Metroid finale run later tonight. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful, wonderful run, as is tradition in speedrunning marathons, with Super Metroid being the finale. Of course, it's a tried and true run, which is why it's been a finale for so many events. And of course, our runner, Ice Blue, is going to do a fantastic job no matter what the options ends up being for the end of that run.
All right, we're at the end of the stage suddenly. Alright, so this stage is actually, like, even if they are auto-scrollers, as you saw, I still kind of had to navigate around spikes. So if you're on PB pace, it is actually really scary. Or, yeah, really scary. But we got through it. I don't know if I'm on any kind of pace here. Probably not after that crab puncher, but it felt like a good run, so I won't dispute it. So Block Devil there, I wanted to get two shot. I shot the two rebound strikers, but only one of them hit because I mistimed them. And then it's a 50-50 whether it goes up or down, and it went down, which is what you want if you didn't kill it fast enough. Now we are on to the Wily 4. There is a boss rush coming up, but Wily decided we have to do a little bit more work for ourselves. Even if that work is just holding up and sometimes pressing jump. Yeah. Wheel cutter, grab some extra rebound striker. Because other than shovel boost, that's like the only weapon we used. We used some wheel cutter, but... Alright, we saw both versions of Strike Man. Right, we'll see if we can get lucky on Pump Man. One, two, he destroyed the first one. Okay. That's fine. That's about the same time as the Robot Master one. Maybe a little bit faster because I still got a couple extra good hits off of him, even if he did destroy that first. Okay. We did get a short hop immediately, but we took damage immediately as well, so he just came back down. Oh, please hit. Okay. That might have been still a bit slower than trying to bust through him because he had 1 health left, but we didn't have to. That was pretty slow. Okay, we'll see if we can get... Well, the Robot Master Blade Man, I had to play a bit safer because my health was low. Okay, that was pretty good. Alright, so this is the one difference in... Well, other than Commando Man, because we have his weakness too. But we get to see Chill Man with Solar Blaze this time. And I I missed the first weapon swap. Okay, that was fine. I got frozen once. So then we're gonna immediately W tank the Solar Blaze because we need it for the Wily machine coming up. Alright, so that's what the perfect fight's supposed to look like. He can also sometimes drive up the wall, which we didn't see at all. Which, with base, because you have dash, you can freeze him before he gets all the way up. But it's still annoying. Okay, so the first phase, we're going to... That was fine. And then the second phase, we're actually going to stand here and treble boost him. Okay, that was close because I meant to have Bubble Shield out when I was trapped there, but we figured it out. Alright, so now we think we're done, but Wily decides I have infinite wealth somehow, so he builds an elevator to space.
At this point, 10 games into the series, with all these castles and all these robots, I would have stopped questioning where he gets all these resources by this point.
Yeah. Maybe he prints money, and then he just destroys the economy at the same time. Alright, so there's a bit of weapon energy there, but we don't really need it because we got a perfect nitro fight. Alright, so as we get into the final boss, I will do my shoutouts now. So thank you, Prevent-A-Thon, for having me. Shoutouts to the Mega Man Classic community, especially Mr. Cab, Slurpy Ninja, Papat Dot. Everyone knows who they are. And we get into the final boss, and we get... that's decent luck. There is a manipulation with Mega Man, but nobody's discovered a base manipulation yet, and I'm not going to be the one to do it. And time's coming up. Oh, I missed. And time.
Woo, GG's.
Wow, 3309? That's actually extremely good. Because my PB is only like a 3244, so I'll take that in a marathon run.
Yeah, and I could tell from the way this entire run has gone, this is an excellent, excellent run.
Because I knew it felt good to me other than, like, bad luck, mostly. So I'll take that. But yeah, thanks for having me. I already gave my shoutouts, which maybe I shouldn't do that before the final boss, but...
Yeah, you were just that confident, and you were right.
Yeah, and the credits are like 11 minutes long, so it's not gonna go through that. Go that much, I guess.
All right. Any final words, Phil? By the way, before I forget, I absolutely love the McLaren hat. I just had to throw that out there. But any final words, Phil, before we sign off?
Not really. Just thanks for having me. If you want to see more Mega Man or Pokemon, I'm gonna learn Pokemon eventually. Then you can follow me. And yeah, hopefully Oscar wins the World Drivers' Championship this year.
I'm with you on that. All right, Chad, give it up one more time for Phil 7, a fantastic Mega Man 10 run. And you just want to thank everyone for tuning in, as that will be it for me as your host.